This is how I'm talking all night, just like this.
I mean, yeah, I feel you, but I don't know if I'm cool with the sexy man quiet storm voice though. But I mean, do you by all means, do you? I don't want to suppress your creativity.
You said something about getting excited in my ear, so all bets are off. Yeah, you did.
I would rather not hear the sexy man quiet storm voice.
I'm talking about the last part. I ain't talking about this part.
Whoa, pause. I said what? Let me take my glasses off now.
You said you was getting excited. You was talking about somebody else, but I had to hear it. I was privy to it.
Oh, I told you. You had to hear me say something about it being excited. My bad. I take that back.
Yeah.
I take that back, God.
It's too late.
I take that back, God. I don't want to, I don't want to say excitement in your ear, bro.
No, you can't. You already said it, so you just gotta do what come with it, bro.
Gotcha.
Yo, I got some hot topics.
Man, let's get to the shit, bro. I want to talk about your post, man. I want to talk about your post because I agree with the. I agree. I disagree and agree.
Right. I'm starting to hit you. I'm starting hitting you like your boy keep hitting Cam. I'm always right, man.
No, I disagree with the Khaled take. When I say
I'm always right,
huh?
I'm always right, man. It's just
you're not always right. I do disagree with the Khaled take.
Why?
So repeat what you said for those who haven't seen the post, because I don't want to misword it.
I said people praise and people talk down on Sexy Red and praise Khaled. That's crazy to me.
So, all right, I will ask this first before I give my take. Mm-hmm. Why do you say that?
I because it's beyond apparent that the entire dislike or the problem people have with Sexy Red is her being a woman. Like that's the gist of it. Because people make up all kind of excuses about why she ain't got no content and and she be saying this. I'm like, man, bro, Khaled doesn't do nothing, man.
So
he literally doesn't do anything. He literally like makes a phone call to two people and it's like, hey, y'all make some music.
I mean, that's what Puff do. So what you say?
No, that's not what Puff does. Because Puff actually let me rephrase that. In the grand scheme of putting together a project, he's what, an A&R, maybe a producer, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Where he is getting the pieces together, has an idea, and he executes a compilation style album, mixtape, whatever. Nothing different than how many.
Go ahead.
Nothing different than who? Nothing different from who? Sorry.
Than any other AR or anybody else who puts compilation together. So even if it was me,
hold on. Let me stop you there, though.
But if I was putting a compilation mix together, I don't rap, I don't make beats, I don't engineer. I'm assuming he spun records at one time. I've never seen him spin a record, but whatever. But let's just say, for argument's sake, he does or has. It's no different.
No, it's very different because it'd be different if what you're saying was based in, if what you're saying is true. But no, Puffy gets behind the board. Puffy has literally got behind the boards. Puffy literally has went and found talents that you can, like, Khaled didn't go out and find Rick Ross. Rick Ross was already established artist.
He was.
He didn't find Vado. He didn't find You can maybe say Ace Hood, but Ace Hood will tell you that Khaled didn't find me. I was just grinding, and he just, but what I'm saying is you can 100% say that Puffy cultivated Big. Puffy cultivated Kim. Puffy cultivated the Locks. Why do I say that he cultivated them? Because whatever they were doing had them at a certain level. They literally had to change what they were doing to be a part of his system, and it worked. So in your summation, you feel like Puff and Khaled are very similar.
Well, no. actually, so when I brought up Puff, I kind of was saying if I would compare Khaled to someone, I would compare Khaled to someone more in the lane of what he is doing or tries to do. So if you told me that how you broke down what Puff does, okay, I get it. Puff actually does X, Y, and Z. He produces, he runs the board, he cultivates talent, he finds talent. All Khaled does is go grab some established artist, an established producer, and just throw him on a song and put "We the Best" in front of it. So I understand that.
I wouldn't go to, and not to keep your point rolling, I wouldn't go as far to say that he goes finds them, because there are many people, like the whole term industry plant gets used by people who don't really understand the industry a lot of times. So if there was ever an industry plant, Khaled might be the definition of an industry plant.
I agree.
Because Khaled is literally getting a playbook from said company owner saying, hey, use these beats, and you have the pocketbook to use these artists, which are all affiliated this way. And he's not even saying, hey, I got an idea for a song. He's saying, I got the budget, so Drake, blah, 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 y'all connect. Y'all get in the studio, and I might come in there and be like, I don't like it, or or add my, but it's not like Puff saying, okay, we finna grab these samples. This is the vibe we on. Okay, now turn them hats down. Them hats ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Some of these songs that Khaled uses are already finished before you can get some.
No, I agree. So and so that's the only reason why I don't agree with the Khaled take of the Sexy Red post, is because I feel like they do different things. So what I do agree with you on the Sexy Red post is the point that you talk about the double standard. So to me, I don't like Sexy Red because I think the music is trash. It has nothing to do with the content. It has everything to do with just her style of rap or rapping ability. I think it's trash. And that's not a sexist thing, because it's a lot of male rappers I think are trash.
Yeah.
But I do like the point that you made where you said when some people bring up her content, they say her content is trash. Sexy Red makes music. Her content is music, pushing hoe culture. I feel like her music is pushing or, celebrating or pushing hoe culture.
Yeah.
You can't. I do think it's a double standard or it's hypocritical if you say, I don't like Sexy Red because she pushing hoe culture to our community and it's fucking up our community, or it's something that will harm our community. But then you turn around and you banging, Lil Baby,
name every rapper,
every rapper that is pushing drug culture and gang culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just as a detriment as hoe culture. So to someone who, look, I like rap. I don't push gang culture. I don't push drug culture. But I like some rappers. I like some rappers that do. I like some female rappers that push hoe culture. So I dislike Sexy Red simply because I feel like the motherfucker can't rap. It has nothing to do with her being a female. I don't like Sexy Red. I don't like Sukihana. Hell, I'm not even a fan of Ice Spice. I don't like Meg that much either. So, and has nothing to do with them being women. Like, Meg can rap better than Sexy Red and Sukihana. So,
Well, I'm saying that this.
But I would say that. I would say I agree with you on that point. I just don't agree with the Khaled comparison.
What I'm saying is, the way you're looking at it is from it's like saying, that's a cheetah and that's a tiger, and I'm saying they both cats. You're saying, well, now the cheetah has this type of fur and does that, and that's the tiger that has, but they're both tigers. Like, yeah, you're right. They do different things, but in the grand scheme of it, we're talking about talents. That's why I said talking about talent, right?
But I still don't think DJ Khaled falls in that category.
That's what I'm saying.
I think what you're saying, I'm
saying that he ain't got no talent. That's what I'm saying.
But I don't think that he even belongs in the conversation of what you're trying to get across.
My point, what I'm saying is he don't have no talent. That's the point I'm trying to get across. That he don't have no talent.
Oh, well, I don't like that. Because she ain't got no talent. So now you're talking about two people with no talent.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
You're talking about two people with no talent.
Exactly.
But you also
Exactly.
have to realize it's not because she's a female, bro.
This is what I'm saying.
All right,
Well, okay, if they both don't have no talent, then why the conversation about Khaled ain't what he doing?
Well, it is.
If I mean, it's not. It's we can't pretend like the cry about Khaled is as loud as the cry about Sexy Red.
But it's subjective though, because you do have it's subjective because there are a grouping of people who don't feel that DJ Khaled is talentless.
Okay, what's the talent then?
Oh, don't ask me because I don't fuck with Khaled like that. So
you
would have to ask someone who thinks Khaled is talented. So even in this discussion,
I'm talking.
No. You would have to talk. Well, it's all subjective because there are people who believe that Sexy Red has a talent. So when you're talking about music and artistry, it's all subjective to what said person would like. So as many people who are saying Sexy Red is trash and talentless, there also are people screaming they love Sexy Red. So
I agree. What I'm saying is this: when we're talking about talent, not having talent, okay, DJ Khaled is talent. If you go on that side of the fence, okay, now what's his talent, right? And so when you have to describe his talent, you have to describe his talent, right?
Yeah.
Whether I have to describe it, right? Yeah. If I describe it, and when I say, like you say, oh, he finds artists. No, he doesn't. He discovers. No, he doesn't. He makes beats. No, he doesn't. So as you start to break down his talents, and you see that his talent is not a talent at all, per se. I can even be on the far right and say, well, yeah, him putting it together is a talent. Okay, cool, right? Even if I say that's his talent, right? Well, I could say the same thing about Sexy Red. They're equal in the fact that their talent is not based on them being the best of anything. They're not. Sexy Red the best looking. She ain't the best rapper. She ain't the best lyrics. DJ Khaled ain't the best producer. He ain't the best founder. None of that. So what I'm saying is we have two people who are equal in different ways. You can be equal in different ways. You're a plumber. I'm a dentist. We could be equal in the amount of talent that we have as a dentist and a plumber. And I can say both of y'all are equal in y'all talents. Just because you get paid $1,000 a month more, or you get paid more because doesn't mean that y'all not equal in your talent. And what makes it so specific to be females is that this is not the first or the third or the 15th or the 20th time that people have a problem with a female, and they bring up talking points that are ridiculous. Like,
give me one.
Like,
I still don't agree with the comparison. But I'm not.
You don't have to.
No, I'm saying I don't agree because I think I agree with what you're saying. I think Khaled's a bad example. But go ahead.
Not to harp on it, but what's Khaled's talent?
I don't like Khaled, bro. So asking me.
I didn't ask you if you like him. I just asked you. I don't have to like chocolate to tell you what it tastes like.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't even know enough about Khaled's start of how we even got in the industry to tell you what his talent is. I don't even keep up with Khaled enough like that. I'm gonna be 100%, 1,000%,
that makes it even better.
1,000% honest. I don't know what Khaled does. I don't.
That makes it better. That makes it even better. So what I'm saying is because if I took all the Sexy Red fans and asked them a question, I took all Khaled fans and asked them a question, of course I'm gonna get different opposites of the polar system, right? Now, if I ask the casual friend, the person who doesn't know about Khaled, and I ask you, oh, hey, what's his talent, right? And you say, I don't know him. Well, I don't like him. Okay, cool. Well, what can you see from the outside looking in as his talent? What strikes you as his talent? Just like I don't like particularly every rapper or every singer, but I can respect objectively that, oh yeah, that person.
So from the outside looking in, I answered that question to you. I told you what I thought Khaled did, and then you informed me that he doesn't do any of that. So that lets me know I wasn't informed about Khaled anyway. So I did answer that question. I told you.
So I'm saying, so yeah. So I'm asking you again.
Time out. I answered the question, and I told you, what I thought, and then that's when you informed me of what he does. So at this point, okay, cool. I know you dig deeper in music than I do, so I'm taking your word for it that you know the ins and outs of what Khaled does. So I'm not finna repeat it again because then I'm just answering the same question over again. You know what I'm saying? Like I've answered it, so I get it. I get it. My question was like okay, if we're talking about something, right? I'm asking you about my vehicle, and I think, oh man, yeah, this car is a great car, and you're like, well, nah, it ain't really that good because this, that, and the other.
Okay, now my opinion has changed about it. So now, if you after the information, I trust your expertise in the situation, and you told me something. So it wouldn't make sense for me to have the same opinion about the thing if I trust your opinion, because you told me that car bullshit. So I'm gonna be like, oh well, because I know Dub knows about this subject and knows about these cars. Once you tell me that, now I reevaluate the way I was looking at it and be like, okay, I was looking at it from this perspective. He gave me a new perspective. He's a trusted, informed source. So now when I look at it and I say to myself, well, if what he's saying is half true, not even all of it true, even if we're saying it's half true, then I look at it different. But if you're saying that you still look at it the same way, that's what it is. But
that's not what I'm saying, honestly. I don't know. That's not what I'm saying. And
I'm asking you.
I still said that I don't like the comparison. I would compare it to another rapper. So I get what you, after you gave me the information you gave me, I said, oh, okay, cool. I understand that he does nothing that Puffy does. And then I said, in that vein, I would love to compare him to another person who does what he is trying to do at a high level. So I would compare him to a Swiss, or I would compare him to a Clue, or a Drama, or a Puff. You dig in that aspect?
Who Khaled?
Khaled. You know what I'm saying?
But we just talked about how he don't do none of that shit. So how you
again
do that?
So when I talk about how talentless he is, I would use those examples of these guys who do what he does, but more because they have more talent. So I will compare him to a Swiss who does similar things, but Swiss makes beats. But Swiss, you know,
keep going backwards, bro.
I'm not going backwards, bro.
Yeah,
it's just I'm not gonna think the way you want me to think. I'm not. No.
Let me see what you said. Let me hear. I'm gonna repeat what you said to me.
I don't need. Honestly, I don't need you to repeat what I said to you. Because I'm not going to change my stance. You're not hearing.
No, but you're not hearing yourself.
I'm hearing myself very clearly. By the way,
okay. If you're hearing yourself, we both agree that he doesn't do what Puff and Swiss and them do, right?
You told me he doesn't do, and I trust your judgment.
So if he doesn't do that, if you're a carpenter and I'm a welder,
I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb.
Why you cutting me off?
Because I'm not dumb. I don't need you to break it down to me in that manner. Nothing, I know you didn't call me dumb. I'm saying,
but there are other people in the world that listen to this pod, man. Come on, man.
Boogie, because you're taking
this personal.
I'm not talking about Boogie, you. I'm not taking it personal, my guy. I'm really not. I'm not taking.
You are.
First off, stop telling me what I'm doing. If I tell you I'm not taking it personal, I'm not taking it personal.
So
I'm truly not taking it.
Okay, then let me finish then.
Finish, babe. Finish that, babe.
If we have different functions, if I have a totally different function than you, right? I can't come back and be like, oh yeah, you're a carpenter, I'm a welder, so I'm gonna compare you to other carpenters. You keep saying, oh, I'm gonna compare him to Swiss and Puff, and you gotta find somebody who does what he does.
Does Drama put out compilation tapes?
Yeah.
All right. Does Swiss Beat put out compilation tapes? Does DJ Clue put out compilation tapes?
Yes.
Tell me two things that DJ Clue, Swiss Beats, and DJ Drama do that DJ Khaled doesn't do.
Well, I would say Clue finds exclusives. Okay. So Clue goes and finds exclusive tracks from, and also discovers artists. Mm-hmm. Swiss actually makes beats. Mm-hmm. As well as discovers artists.
He does.
Khaled.
I'm not. Don't talk about Khaled.
Oh, who else we're talking about?
I said Clue. Swiss, I said Drama, and I said Swiss.
Drama does he discovers talent. He has a label, a roster of talent he's discovered, i.e. Jack Harlow, i.e. Willie the Kid, i.e. Lil Uzi Vert, i.e. 4 or 5 other artists that he. Okay,
fuck you. Let's throw Envy in there, because Envy has made some mixtapes. What does Envy do that Khaled doesn't do?
Envy's a mixtape DJ.
Yeah, and he's actually put together a couple of compilations. So what else does Envy do that Khaled doesn't do? I'm asking. Just asking.
I'm Envy as a mixtape DJ, when he was making mixtapes, was getting exclusive records straight from the artist. that were finished products, and his Clue and Envy, their claim to fame was be able to have music that nobody else had from either super hot artists,
right,
or artists that nobody ever heard of that were gonna be super hot. Like I'm first one on this.
Cool.
And DJ
then,
Drama,
right,
DJ Drama found a lane to he kind of exploited the trap lane, and he exploited the gangster. He created the Gangsta Grill series. He took artists that were established and put them onto creative mixtape series with artists, whether it be Wayne, Jeezy, so and so, all that, right?
Right.
You said Khaled. I mean, you said Clue, Drama. Who else you said? Swiss wasn't a deep. Swiss was always making beats.
Exactly.
Swiss was always so he's more of a producer who, even Swiss went out and signed artists and had a label, and he was cultivating artists. Art. Okay, I got Cassidy. Boom. I'm pushing Cassidy. We doing like this. I'm bringing this artist who doesn't have the light and pushing him into the light. If I got a relationship with DMX, this Cassidy and DMX, right?
I agree with all of that.
Clue's not. I mean, are we not talking about Khaled? Or are we still
no. I agree with all of that, and I brought up those guys, and I wanted you to talk about their talents to make a point.
Yeah,
all those guys you spoke of, talented individuals who have had success in that lane, especially when it came to putting together compilation, projects. And then we bring up Khaled, who, whether we like it or not, I know no matter how much talent less he is that we say, he has had success in that lane of putting together compilations. The point I was trying to make was I would rather throw him in that comparison, because now these are 5 guys who are in the same lane, and out of the 5, one of them doesn't really do anything but find established artists who might even have established songs and just put them on a record, on an album, and put his stamp on it and scream, "We the best." Boom. And then I have these other 4 guys who are out here actually doing some legwork. Some of them are producers. So like with Swiss, you might have a compilation of all Swiss beat songs. Produced songs. Clue and his Desert Storm shit, you know what that was. So these are guys with talent versus a talentless guy. And I would compare him in that lane. Because when we were talking about the Sexy Red on the post, after your initial post, I did see some discussion about, the double standards of this female rapper whose content is this versus all of these male rappers whose content was similar but didn't get the exact same heat. So if I was comparing it, I would compare apples to apples, and in my opinion, in this situation, apples to apples would be artist to artist. So a Sexy Red to a Snoop Dogg per se, if you want to do that, or Too Short, or someone who made salacious music who was a male who didn't get some of the backlash that she is getting, some of it because of her content. I'm at this point, I'm not even speaking about if I feel like she has rapping ability or not. Because some of it is, like you said, Snoop had a whole song, "Bitches Ain't Shit But Hoes and Trick, Lick on the Nuts and Suck the Dick." And some people had a problem with it, but the majority of us didn't have an issue with that. But we do have an issue with her singing "Pound Town, Go to Pound Town, My Coochie Pink, My Booty Hole is Brown."
We can move on. I mean,
so I agree with you on the double. I do agree with you on the double standard part, though.
Yeah, but even what you said, even in what you keep saying that he's the bottom 5 of these 4, and he doesn't have the talent that these 4 have, but we still want to compare him with these 4. But if that's how you want to do it, I guess. But I'm just saying he's not in that echelon.
Well, I wasn't necessarily comparing him to those 4. I would compare him to the feel.
But I'm okay. I'm just saying that my only thing is I'm saying that he does. Look, you have expertise in things, right? Let's just randomly say it's jerseys, right? And I don't know about jerseys, but I know some guys that sell jerseys. and I know some guys that wear jerseys, but you have a 10-year history of creating jerseys, making new jerseys, all this stuff. I'm not in the same category. You can't compare me to you because you actually do it. That's all I'm saying. And once you start comparing me to you and put us in the same conversation, and this is what I talk about a lot with a lot of things. Once you put people who don't belong in that conversation, it murks up the water, bro. And this is what happened to rap, bro. If you look at rap in the 80s and 90s, even in 2000s, if you couldn't rap, bro, you was in a whole different category. You was over there. The Franchise Boys was over there, right? Luke was over there. These guys who couldn't really rap, they over there. Hammer, as successful he's over there, right? They don't compare Hammer to Tupac. You don't hear nobody saying Hammer and Tupac. You never heard that comparison on who the better rapper, Hammer or Tupac. But they both rappers. But you never hear that comparison because it don't make sense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever to compare Hammer and Tupac, even though they're both black rappers who rep the West Coast, who are even on the same level. But you're not going to compare them together. You're not going to put them in the same conversation. You're going to be like, Tupac is this type of rapper, and he's a rapper like this. Hammer he's something different. He's something different. And I'm saying that Khaled is something different. You can't put him in conversation with them guys. It's unfair and almost degrading to those guys to put somebody who doesn't have the accolades, the talent, the history that I have, meaning a Swiss or a Clue. I wouldn't put Envy in there, but a Swiss or a Clue or a Puff. You put me like who the fuck? Who did you take from the streets to being a worldwide phenomenon? Who did you take from being in the streets?
Does Khaled have any accolades?
Yeah, sales.
Outside of sales, I'm asking. Does he have any accolades? I don't know. I'm asking.
Accolades as in what?
Awards.
I would assume so, yeah.
Okay.
I would assume. Yes.
I was more or less comparing him to the field, not necessarily saying that he should be mentioned with greats. I asked you about those specific guys to draw the comparison of guys with talent versus guys without talent who are operating in a similar arena. Even though we say he doesn't have talent and he doesn't cultivate talent or make beats or have a label, he still operates in the same arena. He just doesn't do everything that they do.
Okay, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if I go look up compilation albums on Apple Music, it's not gonna be Swiss Beats and DJ Clue and DJ Drama on one side, and DJ Khaled is not gonna be included. They're all gonna be in the same genre or in the same lane of what they're doing. Now, it just so happens. Let me finish. It means something because they're both doing the same thing. Look, if I am a NASCAR Cup driver and I drive NASCAR cars, and we're talking about a field of NASCAR drivers, I will be mentioned in the same field as all the NASCAR drivers. Now, there will be some drivers who are the elite of elite. I'm still operating in the same field with them. There will be some of those NASCAR drivers who drive Indy cars, who drive truck series cars, who might even drive or race motorcycles. They do other shit. They might even be mechanics or they do other shit. But in that one category, we're still in the same field. So
you're saying that when I say Dale Earnhardt, then when somebody says, "Oh yeah, he used to be a mechanic for a stock car driver in Tennessee," and we put them in the same boat. We're talking about stock car driver. We're talking about races.
I'm 100%. I'm 100% saying if you're talking about NASCAR drivers and you tell me about Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Bubba Wallace, and some other racers. Some of those racers also race Le Mans. They race truck series. They have been crew chiefs. They have been mechanics. Yes.
What you mean? No, I said when I say Dale Earnhardt Jr., right?
Yeah.
Off the bat right there, I'm talking about NASCAR drivers. Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah.
Are you gonna name a mechanic that did mechanic work for monster trucks?
If he is now, if he is competing in NASCAR as a NASCAR driver, yeah, because they're operating in the same field.
So everybody operating in the same field, that means that we're all comparable to each other.
If I am a part of that 50 car
That's all I need to hear.
roster, and I am a driver, and I'm comparing drivers, yes.
That's all I need to hear. If you feel
is
like
that no, talking about. It's not what I feel. Is that not true? If we're talking about,
no, it's not true, bro.
Time out. Let me finish. If we're talking about NASCAR drivers, and I have a roster of NASCAR drivers,
yes,
and this particular person who used to be a mechanic on monster trucks is now also a NASCAR driver and has been a NASCAR driver for years. How can I not compare him to Junior? They are literally competing in the same field, in the same arena, in the same race. How can I not compare him to him?
Because you gave me a speech about product expert knowledge. And what I'm saying is that there are levels to comparison. Like it's irrational and illogical to just because we do the same thing to compare us the same. If we both got
10 years in the same arena, can you not compare me to can we not be compared?
No, bro, it's illogical, man. I've been hooping since I was I'm gonna show you. I've been hooping since I was 11 years old. Okay. Right? You can't compare me to Michael Jordan. That's illogical.
Well, because you didn't compete in the same arena as him. So I can't.
I play high school basketball, I play college basketball, I play pro basketball. You can't compare me to Michael Jordan.
If I'm comparing NBA players and you played in the NBA on the NBA roster for a certain amount of time, and I'm comparing NBA players, I can compare y'all because y'all were both NBA players. Now his numbers will blow you out of the water. But if we're talking about NBA players and you made an NBA roster and played in the NBA, I can try to compare you to Jordan if I want to argue it. I'm going to lose. But I'm comparing two NBA players.
Like you just said, it's illogical. You can't compare Anthony Goldwire.
Stop gaslighting me. I did not. Okay, good. Say you, because I didn't say that. You said that.
You just said you're gonna lose. You said you said you're gonna lose.
No, I said if I compared, I probably would lose that because your stats wouldn't compare to Jordan's, but I still can compare to NBA players.
So how many times in your lifetime have you heard somebody say, "Man, Anthony Goldwire, Michael Jordan"?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying. That's not what I'm saying. So let's make it clear that that's not what I shouldn't have to, because that's not what I said. We're not talking about trying to compare Anthony Goldwire to Jordan's illustrious NBA career. I just simply said they both played in the NBA. So if you want to compare them, you can, because they played in the same arena. You're gonna lose that comparison.
You're the king of double talking, man.
I ain't double talking shit, bro.
You are right now.
I'm not double talking anything. My words are clear what I'm saying. I'm saying that they all operate. First, because I said my words are clear, what I'm saying is double talk.
No, you just said that it doesn't make sense to compare Anthony Goldwire to Jordan.
I did not say it doesn't make sense. My words were, they both played in the NBA as NBA players. If you want to compare them as they're playing in their career, you can. But you're gonna lose that argument. That's what I said.
So why, if you know before going to a discussion that the premise of what you're saying is you're gonna lose, does that make sense?
It doesn't, but I think the message here is lost.
That's what I said.
That's not what you said. I think the message here is lost. I said
it's illogical, bro.
That's not what I said. I think the message here.
No, that's what I said. And
I understand that's what you said. I think I'm not. If you listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think the message here is lost. All I'm saying is, in a comparison, I would want to compare two people who are operating in the same arena. Now, I'm not saying, look, it's just like if we try to compare Sexy Red to Lil' Kim. They operate in the same arena, but it would be illogical, as you say, to compare Sexy Red to Lil' Kim. It's stupid.
Why?
It's like comparing Michael Jordan and Anthony Goldwire at this stage.
Okay.
If I'm rolling with your example, it would be comparing Lil' Kim to Sexy Red is like comparing Michael Jordan to Anthony Goldwire. But you could if you. I disagree. Now, how do you disagree though, Boog?
Because if I say let's take Lil' Kim first 3 years and take Sexy Red first 3 years.
She ain't even had 3 years, bro. She had 3 months.
No, she's had about 5 years actually.
Give me 5 years. Give me 5 years of her music.
Oh, you gotta go YouTube it, bro.
No. Tell me 5 years of her music. Give me 5 songs.
You don't want to listen to facts. You want to go how you feel.
I'm asking you facts. Tell me 5 songs.
I'm telling you that she has 5 years worth of
Tell
music.
me 5 songs. Tell me 5 songs.
It doesn't matter if I know or
now
not.
It don't matter. Now it don't matter.
You don't know 5 years worth of Bach songs, but we know that Bach had music. Come on, bro.
I don't know 5 years worth of who songs?
Of Bach, the classical
Johann Sebastian Bach. No, I was dead then. I wasn't even alive then, bro. But what I'm saying is,
you should know it. Nigga, it happened 400 years ago. You should know it, right?
I don't even listen to classical music.
Okay, and I don't listen to Sexy Red. So what are you saying?
Well, you caping for. All I'm saying is I didn't know about. I learned about Sexy Red. I don't feel any kind of way, bro. That's what I'm saying. You're trying to tell me how I feel or what I'm saying.
If I tell you she got 5 years of records, she got 5 years.
All I asked was name me 5 songs.
But listen, what I'm saying. You're telling. This one I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna say it like this. You're asking me to name 5 years worth of Sexy Red music.
I didn't ask you to name 5 years.
Yes, you did. You said name most.
I said give me 5 songs.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, just like you, I was just introduced to her in the last 3 or 4 months, right?
Okay.
So you try to discredit her 5 years, or you're saying her 5 years don't count because I don't know them right now.
Oh, I didn't say that. I never said that.
So I'm not a fan of hers. So, but I'm telling you for 100% for sure, she got 5 years of music. So I'm saying compare her first 5 years to Lil' Kim 5 years.
Okay, well,
and
compare.
Then that's a fair comparison.
So, compare.
Lil' Kim, to me, if you want to be 100% honest, she's doing better than Lil' Kim in the 5 years because she didn't have a Puff Daddy or a Big or a Lox or any of these people behind her records, and she is doing songs with the biggest artists in the game right now. She's doing songs with Cardi B. She's doing songs with she's doing cameos with Drake. She's doing songs with the hottest artists. Lil' Kim had the hardest art, the biggest artist in hip hop writing for her and cameo for her. So if you're saying that somebody who came literally from the dirt, from nothing, from her own grind to be a topic of mention across the board compared to somebody who was handpicked by already established artists, I'm gonna say, yeah, she grinded hard and she did it bigger.
Who produced Pound Town?
I don't know.
It was an established producer.
That's not her first song, no.
Oh, I didn't say it was a first song. I just said who produced Pound Town.
Who was it?
It wasn't Metro Boomin. It was somebody else. It was one of them. I forgot. I actually knew the name. I forgot who it was.
Well, let's see who did.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't care as much about Sexy Red or DJ Khaled.
That's what I'm saying. And when I say things, you say I'm making stuff up.
I never said you make stuff up, bro. I never said that.
That's what I'm saying.
I 1000% never said that, bro.
I said you're talking about how you feel, and
don't
you said,
tell
no,
me. Don't tell me that shit because I'm not talking about how I feel, bro.
You just told me you don't care about something. What is caring?
Nigga, I just told you I don't care about these two motherfuckers. Previously, when I was talking to you, it had nothing to do about how I felt. I tried to tell you my vantage point and my view of the Khaled comparison to a producer or a compilation DJ, whatever, opposed to an artist. You told me that was wrong. I said, cool, whatever. Now you're trying to tell me I was taking it personally in my feelings, and I wasn't. I was really just trying to compare apples to apples, bro. And now it's like, oh, well, now you taking it personal. All right, fam. If you think I'm taking it personal, I'm taking it personal, bro. I don't want to argue. I don't want to argue about it anymore.
I think you misinterpreted. You misinterpreted what I said.
I misinterpreted it then, bro.
When I say you're saying about how you feel, I'm not saying you're taking it personal, bro. I'm just saying
you told me I was taking it personal earlier. When I addressed you telling me I took it personal was because your words were, oh, you taking it personal. I'm like, no, I'm not, bro. I'm trying to get my point across.
The words that you're saying are talking about feelings, and then when I say something about feelings, it's like I don't care.
My words weren't talking about feelings, bro. I just said I don't care this much about Sexy Red and DJ Khaled and spend 33 minutes on it, bro. I didn't say I didn't care about the topic. I even started out the conversation with I agree with you with the meat and potatoes of your topic. What I saw discussed in the comments that you brought up points about, I agreed with. The only thing I didn't agree with was the comparison of Sexy Red and DJ Khaled. That's what I said originally.
Take Keith is the producer.
That's who it was.
Yeah, Take Keith. But yeah, moving right along, man. To some more stuff. Deion Sanders.
If you got praise for him, I don't want to hear it.
I feel like it's
if you got praise for it, I don't want to hear it, bro. You already know.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You've already configured a whole situation. I ain't said a word.
Because I just remember.
I ain't said nothing, bro. Let me talk. I'm gonna let you talk. But you finna do something that you finna put your foot in your mouth. I'm trying to help you right now.
Yes, nigga, don't help me. Help the bear, bro. You not the smartest nigga in the room. You don't need to help me, bro. All I'm saying is,
I'm not.
All I'm saying is, you kick that man back in when he left Jackson State. So if you have any type of
kick his back in.
Okay, good. Then kick his back in. That's all I'm saying.
I'm trying to stop you from going there.
Nigga, don't stop me, nigga. You ain't got to protect me, nigga. Say what the fuck you want to say, nigga. I'm not
protecting you.
Nigga, don't protect me. Nigga, protect the bear. Nigga, fuck you in these narrative shits. I ain't creating no narrative. What you finna say about Dion? You are. Nigga, what you finna say about Dion?
So you stop me. Anyway.
Man, pause.
Man.
Dion, sir, go ahead.
Recording in progress.
So Deion Sanders won a game against TCU. No hate in my heart at no point for anybody.
Horn frogs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still feel the same way I felt about Deion leaving Jackson State, and this is just more proof about. I feel like this is more. This speaks more to what I said about Deion than anything. Like Colorado State beating TCU, like that could have been Jackson State beating TCU. That could have been Jackson State, and it would have mean way more to what it meant. It have meant more for Jackson State to beat TCU than the Colorado because of the way that he beat them and what he did to beat them. The entire premise of what Deion does is he uses his celebrity to attract the best talent to where he's at, and then he coaches them up, or he has coaches. He has a system that helps to exploit their talent in the best possible ways. There's no reason why he couldn't have done the same thing at Jackson State and made Jackson State a powerhouse, whether they had, there's no, like, I can't say no other way. Like it just seems very, very, it's empty. I'm not going to talk about what TC is going through and their situation, because that's a moot point. You know what I'm saying? That's a moot point. You know what I'm saying? Like, TCU, this is a down year for TCU. Everybody knew they weren't going to be what they were. They got ranked where they ranked because of last year's performance. But it says a lot to say that you were number 2 in the country last year and you come back at number 17. That says a lot, right? That's like that. Everybody knows that you ain't like Georgia ain't they in top 10, right?
I don't know. I know analysts were predicting TCU to blow Colorado out though. So I know analysts.
I don't know about analysts.
No, I was keeping track. I was watching ESPN. I was listening to some of the sports podcast, and they were looking. The prediction was TCU would be a tough match for Colorado, just due to TCU's front line, both defensively and offensively. It's beefier. They're a little better. Colorado's weak point would be O-line and D-line. So that is their weak spot.
Did the analysts listen to talk about all the skilled players that they've lost this year?
They talked about it, but I don't think they thought TCU was going to look the way they looked. Which they didn't look. They didn't look bad. They didn't look that bad. I mean, it wasn't like Colorado blew them out, bro. It was like what, 45 or 43 or something like that.
It was 42, 45.
Yeah, something like that. So it's not like they got blew out. TCU was ranked 17th. Colorado is better at the skill positions. TCU is better at running back. They might have equal talent at the skill position. I think the quarterback is a lesser talent. TCU has some decent receivers.
Yeah, go ahead.
They do have some decent receivers. I mean, they don't have.
Go ahead.
What's this young man that played for Colorado? What's his name? Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter. Yeah,
they ain't got a Travis Hunter. But so the analysts thought that TCU would be a hard win for Colorado, and next week's opponent, Nebraska, would be a better that Colorado matched up better with Nebraska. And
I won't doubt nothing. I won't discredit what you're saying, but I will say that it's hard to say that somebody like there's two things in play, and I don't know how you're gonna take this, but I would think that this would be up your alley. Do you think that what the analyst says is based on how they feel 100%, or do you think they have outside influences that might be like, hey, we're going to do this?
I could say a mixture of both, because I think your analysts are giving you a conversation piece, or their talking pieces are coming from, of course, if it's week one, it's coming from last year's performance. Last year's performance in ranking, last year's performance is what adds to the ranking. So if you got a team that, like TCU, that was number 2 at one point and looked like they could compete for a national championship, had some restructuring going on.
They did compete for that championship.
Yeah, no, they had some reconstruction going on, but they still had a good core of talent. I think your analysts are speaking from that point. You're gonna have some bias. I mean, you have to. I mean, if you're gonna be a
no. What you're saying? What I agree with. I agree with what you're saying. What you're saying, I agree with. But in reference to what happened or what's happening, like, what you mean restructuring? They lost their top 3 receivers, their top 2 running backs, and their quarterback. What you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, it's college. How many times have you seen a college lose their top quarterback and their top 3 receivers, and they have 3 more talents who are just as talented? They just didn't have a chance to get on the field in that next season.
They didn't though. What I'm saying is they knew who they had coming back. They didn't. If they had that, they wouldn't be 17. They'd be 2, 5, 4, 10, right?
No, they wouldn't be.
You lost the national championship. You go from number 2. You end the season number 2. You come back at 17. You don't think they thought their talent had dropped?
I don't know how these projected rankings go. I think it's a lot of politics. All right.
That don't even make sense, bro.
Good.
You telling me you went from number 2? Number 2.
You're right.
Hold on. You went from number 2. You lost in the national championship. You come back the next year and you ain't even in the top 10, and you saying you have no idea. You don't think they think their talent had dropped?
I'm saying I don't know how the politics work in the rankings. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying that they were number 2 in the country last year.
I don't think analysts make the rankings. I don't know how the ranking system works. So the analysts don't make the rankings. So everything I'm speaking of is from the analyst standpoint. Now, with the politics that goes in the rankings, because we've seen Alabama lose more than once and still be ranked higher than people who haven't lost. And then it goes, some of that ranking shit goes by strength of schedule, the opponent you beat, the point spread with that you've beat those opponents in. And at the end of the season, they go look at all of that shit. And that's how some of those rankings get restructured, because they could say, well, yeah, TCU was number 2 and competed for a national championship, but the strength of schedule wasn't as hard as, I'm using this as an example because I don't know where they're rated, but their strength of schedule wasn't as great as Oklahoma's. So since Oklahoma had a better strength of schedule, lost games by a smaller margin, they will re-rank, and that's how some teams slide or go up. That's all I'm saying. I'm only speaking from an analyst standpoint.
And from an analyst standpoint, you feel like this team...
I don't feel anything.
I'm asking the question. This team last year lost in the national championship. That means they were the second best team in the country. Yeah. They have a college playoff now where you have to play to get to there.
I understand that.
They were number 2 in the country. Coming back the next year, they're not even in the top 10.
They're 17th. I got a team that competed for a national championship the year before. They're ranked 17th this year. I think that they're going to easily handle a team that barely won 2 games.
But once again, so
unranked team.
You be double talking, bro.
How am I double talking? How is that me double talking? How am I? Because I'm not double talking, bro.
I'm gonna tell you why.
How the fuck am I double talking?
Watch this, because you fit. So you're painting the picture as
I'm not painting any picture. I have no dog in this fight, bro. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. you just said you were making the point to say that Colorado was an unranked team, blah 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 blah, woo woo woo. So we're gonna ignore the fact that they got a brand new coach. They got all these 5-star and 4-star players that came in. We're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna say last year
because
they were
historically, you don't have a team. Historically, there hasn't been a team who has gotten a new coach and has gotten 75% of their roster through the transfer portal. And has been
last 2 years ago. What are you talking about?
Let me finish.
Historically.
Let me finish. Historically, you have never had a new coach, come into these big conferences with a 75% roster through their transfer portal and be successful year one. We haven't seen that.
But the portal, okay, yeah, we haven't
seen that.
This is the second year of the portal, right?
Again, so that's why I'm saying we haven't seen that. Cohesion has to happen. Chemistry has to happen. Game plans have to work. Things have to be developed. We haven't seen it's the same thing when in the NFL when you get all of these quote unquote superstars on one team and you think you got a dream team. The Eagles did it one year. Another team has done it before. And then there's no cohesion because you got the big names in the 5-star recruits. That don't mean it's going to work. That don't mean it's going to
But they're not ranked. But they're not ranked. When the Eagles and when all these teams are super teams, when the Lakers got, and we can leave this spot. When the Lakers got Karl Malone and Kobe Bryant and all these guys had that year, right? When they got all superstars,
correct?
They weren't projected to be the 4th best team or the 2nd best team. When LeBron James went to the Heat, they weren't projected to be when
that's
Kevin
not true.
Garnett,
when LeBron James and when LeBron James and them went to the Heat, they automatically pushed them in the races to be in the finals.
That's what I'm trying to sell you, bro. When you have transfers come in, we have good players come in, they push you up.
But that's the difference between two guys coming in versus a new coach, a new coaching staff, not just a new coach, a new coaching staff, a new coaching philosophy, and 75% of your roster being coming through the transfer portal in year one. You don't really think you're gonna have that success in year one. You think you might have this success in year 2 or 3, but not year one. There's still a building period.
Okay, so football guy, I'm gonna ask a question. Why wouldn't they have success in year one? Because
these 5-star recruits don't mean it's gonna work. We've never seen Shiloh playing we've never seen Shiloh play quarterback on a bigger scale. He's not been tested in bigger conferences. So you don't know how you don't know if his talent is gonna translate. We know Travis Hunter's a beast, but we didn't know his talent was gonna translate like this. We know they have a weak O-line and D-line. That's their weakest spot. That's why you brought Sapp in, but you're still weak on O-line and D-line, and you saw that against TCU. Am I telling a lie here? I'm just asking.
I feel like
am I telling a lie?
But you're talking out of both sides to me.
I'm not talking out of both sides.
Let me rephrase it then. What I'm saying is what you're saying has validity. But you're in the same breath you're saying we don't know. Look at what you're saying on top of it. We don't know. We don't know if Warren Sapp's going to be able to turn this team around. We don't know if Deion Sanders. We don't know if these 5-star and 4-star recruits are going to jail. Like what I understand the theory of what you're saying, but the actuality is like if I got 25 5-stars like Alabama and Ohio State and Oregon and Florida. And these schools usually have, right? Normally, when you have, regardless if it's their first year, second year, they usually do well because they have a better talent pool than other schools. So what they lose in congruency and knowing each other and knowing systems, they can make up for with talent. That's why you get the high talented players. So I agree with you in a sense, but it just sounds a little bit like you're discrediting the fact that we have all, like you said, we have 75%. These transfers are not 3-star or 2-star. These are 4 and 5-star. These are guys who were starting where they came from.
Yeah, you're correct. Guys, but you see you are correct, and you can see where that talent is. That talent is in the skill positions. You see that secondary. That secondary is stupid. Is it? What?
They gave up 42 points.
Do you know who TCU's running back is?
He's a second-year player, right? He's a freshman, right?
Transfer from Alabama. Is a beast.
Transfer. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Is a beast. Couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
Couldn't stop the motherfucker.
Yeah.
You saw what Colorado did in the red zone against TCU. Did you see that pick Travis Hunter had?
He had a nice pick. Yeah. He's a hell of a player.
Did you see the pick that the safety had in the end zone?
Yeah. Yeah. They. My point.
What I'm saying is that 5-star talent you're seeing it where you should see it where it's at. It's in the secondary. Is that the receiver position? Is that the quarterback position?
Yeah.
Where it's lacking at is up front. You don't have it on defense. You don't have it in the box. I really don't have that talent in my D line and my linebackers. I have decent talent, and I have a secondary that's talented enough to help cover up for it. But look, if I'm eating up the box, I'm eating up the box because they ain't throwing deep balls every play. And I have a lot of good coverage secondary. I don't have, big hard hitting Cam Chancellor types. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So we could build from there. So there's a theory that I've always had, right?
Hold on.
About
I'm going to tell you theory. It's only game one. So I'm not overexcited. It's only game one. So we got to see what happens the rest of the season before we can say it's a success or not. Because he can win this game and lose every next one. So
yeah. And it's going to be a tough road. I to me, it's two things, right? One, coaching a lot of, we've had to talk before about how we feel about how I feel about the way that our American society views winning and losing, first place and fourth place. These like, oh man, if you're not first, if you second, you're the first loser, right? Everything, I gotta be number one. I gotta keep improving. I gotta keep building wealth. I gotta keep stacking, right? A success story sometimes for me is not, and this I've heard other coaches and other players say this, like, and we saw it last year with Pat Beverly, and when the Timberwolves went to the playoffs.
I want to get to that later too. Go ahead. Pat Beverly, that is.
When they went to the playoffs and Pat Beverly was crying, and they were like, "Damn, it's just the playoffs." But it's like, man, look what we had. We weren't supposed to be here. Nobody, all y'all experts and pundits didn't think we were going to even get to this point. And we know where we're at. We ain't got what the Lakers got. We ain't got what they got. We ain't got what they got. We ain't got, all of us are some dogs out here. All of us are some second tier, in their eyes, players. They don't give a cat no respect. They don't give Conley his respect. They view them a certain way. So for us to get over this first hurdle is big. So in that vein, which is why I was like, Deion's a whole ass nigga. To me, I'm like, bro, you bring that echelon to bring these players to Jackson State, and you left Jackson State to go be at Colorado, not because you couldn't get the players, because we saw you can get the players, because you saw bigger horizons for self, not for, and that's cool too. But you said the reason why I came here was to put HBCUs where they're supposed to be. That's what you said out your mouth.
He did say
that. And as soon as the first trip came to be like, hey man, you can make more money. You come into a worse situation. You come into a sorry ass team, and you ain't even come to that sorry ass team to take them players and show them, look how cold them as a coach. I could take this same unit and make them something. Nah, y'all gotta go, man. I'm finna bring in all this talent. So just like
I will
to segue to Pat Beverly.
Hold on, I'm gonna say this though.
Okay.
I do think that, when we talk about that ranking system, and we talked about how TCU dropped from 2nd to 17th, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this. Colorado was unranked before the start. They beat TCU, ranked 17.
Yeah.
And now when you look up, they're ranked 21.
22, I think, but keep going.
I thought it was 21. I heard Deion say out his mouth 21, but they could be 22. Either way it goes.
Yeah.
Unranked. I think they literally won 2 games last season, and Colorado's been trash for the past 4 seasons.
They won 1 game last year.
That's what I'm saying. Colorado's been trash for the past 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, Prime is your coach. They beat ranked 17 TCU, and now they're ranked 22nd. I'll go roll with your number. They're ranked 22nd.
No, you're right. You're right. 21. You're right.
Okay.
Which is ironic. This is very ironic.
Again, and that's what I'm saying. And now they're ranked 21. Now, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah.
I'm not. Your take on Deion leaving Jackson State is your take, and I respect it. I'm not refuting it. I'm not saying it. I'm not. It has nothing to do with your take.
Mm-hmm.
Deion at Jackson State, I don't think that he would have ever had the opportunity to get a schedule that will allow him to truly play ranked teams to put Jackson State in that light, in that ranked light. Because how many of them are going to play him? So, prime example, the Alabamas of the world ain't going to go down there and play Jackson State because Alabama beating Jackson State, it ain't going to do nothing for him because of that whole strength of schedule bullshit that I still totally don't understand. It'll do wonders. I'm just saying it because I think it's all politics. It'll do wonders for Jackson State, but look, go Alabama,
research,
Georgia Tech, fucking Notre Dame, fucking Miami, fucking Florida State. Going down to play Jackson State does nothing for them. So you played NCAA as a teenager growing up, and you want to grab TSU, and then you make every creative player you can, and then it took me 3 seasons to get TSU even ranked in the top 20.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he's at Colorado, one of the big conferences as it is, and plus he's moving conferences to a bigger conference. I forgot which one he's moving to. The fact that it's Colorado,
Big 12 right now, right?
Whatever they are, they ain't gonna. I think are they Big 10 right now? I don't remember. I know whatever conference they're in, they're moving to the Big 12.
Yeah.
You got him making the move to the Big 12. It's Deion Sanders, it's prime. You know what I'm saying? After game 1 of them beating ranked 17 TCU, now they're ranked 21st. I think if that was me or you coaching Colorado, and we come in week 1, coming off the seasons that we've had, and we beat TCU ranked number 17, we ain't gonna be ranked number 21, bro. We just not. It might take us to the end of the season, beating everybody we play to get ranked number 21.
I mean,
so some politics are playing a part in it. In him being the politics are playing a part in it. Because just as many people who want to see Deion succeed, it's a lot of them want to see him fail. So,
are you familiar with Oregon and Oregon State?
Oregon Ducks.
Hold up, your Oregon State, Boise State.
I am a little bit vaguely.
And you remember what the issue was? Oh, them Pac-12 teams, man, they don't play nobody. Yeah, they have what's called, but they don't play nobody, right?
I do remember that.
And it took 3 or 4 years of them beating the cadoozas out of people.
Yep.
And putting up numbers for them to be able to what's called it. And those other let's just be 100% real. This is all about money. It's all about money.
And that's another reason why Oregon would get some of those games that Jackson State probably wouldn't get on their schedule, bro. I'm keeping it a buck.
Oregon went through the same process that Jackson State had to go through, bro. Oregon had 4 or 5 years they had backs and quarterbacks and wide receivers who were busting up the record books. They were beating the Pac-12 to death, but everybody was saying, well, the Pac-12 is weak. They don't play against Alabama, the SEC, da. So they would. It happened for 4 or 5 years straight, but the consistency of them being that good, proving that they were good, then they start being. Now Oregon is always in the top 25.
But the Pac-12 is also a bigger conference than what was they in the SWAC?
I guess the SWAC.
Yeah, the Pac-12 is still a bigger conference than the SWAC. Hell, you saw how hard it was for U of H being in Conference USA to get ranked.
But you know what? It's the same. They went through the same exact process.
But what I'm saying
had 5 or 6
they did
Heisman Trophy candidates back to back to back. And it was like, because y'all don't play nobody, we can't put y'all up in this rank. But if we do this every year, now we have. But it boils down to money, saying like, well, Alabama got these many boosters, man, and so we got this much money invested in Alabama and Notre Dame,
and it's also the conference as well, because the conference as well has X amount of boosters and all that bullshit, and then they look at the prestige of the conference you're playing in and shit like that.
It's the money, bro.
Exactly, like, and all I'm saying is the SWAC. The SWAC don't have the money. The SWAC don't have the money that the Pac-12 or Conference USA has. And if it's hard for the Pac-12 and Conference USA to get these ranked games, how hard do you think it's going to be for the SWAC to get these ranked games?
Well, but what I'm saying is, with the cheat code is Deion. That's what I keep saying over and over again.
Oh, no, I agree with that. What you're saying
is the cheat code.
Deion could have stayed for 10 years, and he could have turned – if what I gather what you're saying is, Deion could have been the catalyst, and he could have stayed, and they could have – drawn more former NFL players or just great quality coaches to the SWAC, to these HBCUs, got more 5-star recruits to flip and convert. And then 5-8 years from now, SWAC is what Pac-12 is or even better. I get that. I truly get that.
Let's take it a step further. A lot of the conversation is white is right, bro. A lot of the conversation is white is right, and it's the underbelly of the conversation that white is right and black is whack. That's the conversation, right? There's no metric you can find that says Alabama has better players than Jackson State. If I go through the NFL Hall of Fame and look at who's who and who's the best of the best, I can find the best of the best of HBCUs.
You can.
The best of the best.
No, you can.
The stars, the best of the best, right?
You can.
So if I take that thinking and be like, damn, if the best of the best are HBCUs and the guys who are playing with those, if I'm playing against Walter Payton every day, Terrell Owens, you name the HBU star or whatever, just me playing against them makes me as good as those who are playing against whatever you want to call it, right?
Well, let me ask you a question. What about the average of the player? I get that we have a lot of the best who are Hall of Fame, who are Hall of Fame players who came from HBCUs. Mm-hmm. But what about the average of the players on the team? Because
I'm asking.
And when I say that, I preference that with this. Steve McNair went to Alcorn State.
Went to Alcorn State, yep.
All world. Couldn't touch him on the field. Golden arm. Couldn't touch him on the field.
Yep.
That's not gonna. That per se can give him the personal accolades, to give him the success he had to go to the NFL and be the player he was. Mm-hmm. But what about just the average player on that team? You know what I'm saying? Was the average player on that team even out to be better than just the average player on the Alabama? Because when you talk about the Alabamas or the Florida States or some of those, you're getting the top of the top out of the high school prospects that want to go run to Alabama, they want to go run to Florida State, they want to go run to wherever, opposed to the ones who was the 2-star recruits coming out of high school. They going to the Alcorn States and the Jackson States. The 3-star recruits coming out going to the TSUs and the Prairie Views. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting the bevy of 4 and 5 stars going there.
Let me answer. Did Steve McNair go undefeated? Did Walter Payton go undefeated?
Alcorn State?
Yeah, no, he didn't.
No, I'm pretty sure they didn't.
Did Walter Payton? Did Darryl Green? Did these guys who we've seen history show that these are the greatest? These are in the top 50. Excuse me. These are some of the greatest football players to ever play the game of football.
Yeah.
Right? And in their conferences, these, what you call quote unquote 2 stars average players, found a way to not lose to this guy. Even though this guy put up 1,000 yards in the so-and-so season, he didn't go undefeated. He didn't go. He didn't even go. He lost several games. Like he didn't win championships.
I'm just asking about the talent level between the conferences. That's all I'm asking.
So what I'm saying is this, and what you're asking is the player at Alabama, the average player at Alabama, is he better than the average player at Jackson State? And I'm saying that, well, if you got Dion at Jackson State, if you got Bubba McDowell at Prairie View, if you got supposed to be Ed Reed at Howard, if you have these NFL players at these HBCUs, why the fuck would Alabama have 5-star players, bro?
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You're saying if these 5-star recruits went to the HBCUs, the Alabamas, the Florida States wouldn't get them. I get that. I get what you're saying.
I'm saying that there's asking if the average is the same is predicated upon where they go. So, and even skipping that part, do I think that there are players in the SWAC that are better players in the ACC or the Pac-10, whether it be football, basketball, soccer?
Of course it is. Yeah, they got some players that are better than it. Of course, the SWAC has players that are better than some of these players in bigger conferences. I'm just talking about the average. The average, like
the average.
If I take Alabama's roster,
yeah,
I'm not talking about the outliers. I ain't talking about the superstars on their team. I'm talking about if I take Alabama's roster, the average roster versus Prairie View's average roster.
Yeah,
who do you think truly has the better roster? I'm asking.
Prairie View. Watch this. I'm asking a question.
Okay.
You played in 18-5A, right? 18-5A.
Well, 17-5A. Hottest district in Houston. In Texas. Actually, at that time, 17-5A was the hottest district in Texas.
I'll debate that.
It ain't debatable. 17-5A in 1993, 94, 95, 96, 97 was the hottest district.
No, bro. It couldn't have been 93, 94, 95 because 93, Yates went to the championship in 93. So how is 17 better than 18?
Don't nobody care about 18-5A. 17-5A was the hottest district in Texas football. 17-5A, and I say that because at one point in time in 17-5A, you had 4 schools that were blowing the backside of all these 18-5As and others, the Katie's and all that shit. And then that's when they rezoned, changed the districts, and you know that's true. They changed the districts. So 93 might be a little early. It might be later on. But they did say, they changed the districts.
2000. And
it was before 2000. Actually, it was before 2000. It probably was, it legit probably was around 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000. 17-5A was the hottest. The hottest district.
It was 99, bro. Because
I'm not going to argue this. Go ahead, though.
I can tell you exactly because I played in 18. I played in 97. I was in 18-5A. That's Wheatley, Jones, Sam Houston, Yates, Waltrip, Cashmere, Fur.
Well, I'm not talking about basketball. Now, basketball.
That's football. It don't change.
No. I know it doesn't change. I'm just saying the talent.
Booker T. Yeah.
Now you are correct. In those years, 18-5A, basketball wise, was better. Yes.
Football too. Yates, Booker T, Cashmere, Waltrip, Forest Brook, Fur, Scarborough.
Yeah, cool. Oh, nigga, you win. You win that argument.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying, nigga, you win that argument. You're right.
I'm saying it didn't change till 99.
Oh, I know when it changed. It actually changed in 2001. But go ahead though.
Okay, there you go. Okay, but what I'm saying
I didn't say when it changed. I said it was hotter before it changed. But you go ahead though. Oh, nigga, you won.
You think that 17-5A was hotter than 18-5A in 99?
Well, yeah.
How?
Because I played in 17-5A in 99 and we blew the brakes off of you 18-5A niggas.
Y'all didn't go to state.
So we still beat the shit out y'all. That's all I needed.
But first off, y'all might have played one game against.
Oh, nigga, you win, bro. You win. Oh, nigga, you win.
No, but what you mean?
I say you win. I don't want you win.
How many games did you play against 18-5A?
I don't know. I don't care. You win. You win. You win is argument.
Now you don't know. It's not a win. I'm just saying you played.
I'm telling you, I defer to you. You're telling the truth.
I wasn't even in high school in 98, 97, 99.
All I said was I refer to you.
Why the fuck would y'all be playing Yates through? Why would y'all be playing 18-5A?
Well, I went to Madison. We play Yates every year, and we play Booker T in preseason. So there you go,
preseason.
Expert. There you go, expert.
In preseason.
There you go, expert.
In preseason.
Man, say what you're saying, bro.
In preseason.
Say what you're saying.
So you talking about, was it a real game or was it like y'all had on skivvies and whatever? Like, oh man.
Actually, I was talking to bitches, bro. To be honest with you.
Well, I'm talking about both sides.
I'm not talking about both sides, man, my nigga. But you can believe what you want to believe. I defer to you. You win that argument. I'm fine with it. I'm cool with it, bro.
It's not about I win or lose, bro.
I don't care when you tell me that shit. I don't care what you think, nigga. I'm telling you what I think.
You to care what I think.
And what I think is you won that argument. I defer to you. Move on.
Okay, whatever.
God damn, nigga. Do you do this with your female, bro?
Nigga, I'm just saying.
How you talk to your female? Do you always have to go back and
watch
forth?
this. Why the fuck was you playing? Why the fuck was 17-5A playing 18-5A? That's all I'm asking.
Because, nigga, we played in different districts.
Exactly. So why was
we play Yakes every year. Madison and Yakes just played.
Southside Classic, right?
Every year. Shit's been going on since the fucking 80s, bro.
So you talking about one game.
All right, bro.
Right? Or two games.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You win.
No, let's make sense out of this shit.
It ain't nothing to make sense out of, my nigga.
Yes, nigga. You said some shit, so I'm trying to verify your facts.
Nigga, first off, you ain't verifying no facts, my nigga. Actually, it was a fucking joke, my nigga. It was a fucking Madison versus Yakes joke with the 17-5A versus the 18-5A, my nigga. And I clearly said we play Yakes, bro. It's a fucking joke. It's always been a joke, bro. It's always been a joke. And to be honest with you, there's a whole Houston Chronicle article that you can go back and unarchive that told you about 17-5A was the hottest district in Texas. Because at that time, Aldine was in 17-5A, Katy was in 17-5A, and some other teams, bro. Now, and at that time, Katy was kicking niggas back in 17-5A. But you clearly just told me you weren't in school. I don't give a fuck about it, bro. It's not anything about anything. It literally was a joke. The Madison versus Yakes playoff of a joke. 17-5A being the hottest district in Texas because I knew Yakes was in 18-5A. But instead, you took it from a joke to some super analytical. I want to say this and that, and you double talking and this and that, bro. It was just a fucking joke. I don't care about the shit that much. It ain't nothing to understand because it was a fucking joke, bro.
What you care about then, man?
I don't care about that because it was a fucking joke.
What do you care about then, man?
I care about not arguing with you over 17-5A versus 18-5A. That's what I care about.
You just said like 18 times, like, man, I don't care about
JB, I don't. That's cool, bro. That's cool.
I'm asking the question, man.
JB, that's cool, bro.
What you mean? I just asked the question, right?
I answered the fucking question like 2 minutes ago. I told you it was a joke.
That's cool.
I told you it was a joke about 17-5A versus 18-5A. Hey, bro. Hey.
I didn't ask you about that. I didn't ask you about that.
Let's agree to disagree and move on.
Ain't no disagreement or agreement. I'm just asking you what you care about, so I can know where.
I don't care about 17-5A versus 18-5A. I will say that.
Oh, okay. That's all I want to know, man.
I think I fucking said that already, though. So go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying we get the conversation, bro, and we have a conversation, and at no point in the conversation, or not, let me say that.
JB, move on. JB, move on.
What you mean? How you telling me? What I'm talking about? What I'm talking about?
Can we go to
what I'm talking about?
Can we go to the next?
What I'm talking about? What I'm talking about? What I'm talking about? I'm asking you what I'm talking about. Since we got to move on, what we're moving on from?
I would like to go to the next topic.
No, I'm asking you what we're moving on from, though.
To the next topic.
No, I'm just asking you though. But what I was going to say, since you told me to move on, and you stopped me mid-sentence to move on. What moving on from?
Let's not do semantics. Let's go to the next topic, bro.
Everything. You see what I'm saying?
Because I don't want to argue. I don't want to argue.
It's not about arguing, bro. I'm just asking you a question.
Because it is an argument. Because when I actually answered the question that you asked me, that you told me I was whatever it was, and I said it was a joke, bro. It literally was a joke, and I don't care about 17-5A. Listen, I don't care about 17-5A versus 18-5A, so let's move on. And then you start telling me about, well, what do you care about? All right, cool.
Okay,
this is a podcast.
You're right, man.
So this is a podcast, and
you're right, bro.
And like I'm not really spilling out my heart's desires on the podcast, bro.
I'm wrong. You're right.
Most of it is for entertainment purposes only.
Come on with that, man. Whatever, man.
I mean, it is. We're not
Okay.
spilling our true life.
We can go all the way. We can go all the way back. Yes, we are.
We can talk about our true life. We can go
all the way back. No, we can go all the way back to Sexy Red. We can go all the way to Sexy Red, right? So this is my main problem with Sexy Red, right? When you talk about men, not you. When we talk about men and you talk about their lyrics, we've had the conversation. You like all rappers are liars, right? A lot of rappers are liars. Most of them are lying, right? That's how you feel.
I'm listening.
I'm asking you a question.
Oh, I thought you were making a statement. You know that.
I'm asking you a question.
But you know the answer, so continue the statement.
Answer the question, sir, so I can understand. So we can be
clear
on this.
You understand. You know.
See, now you don't. Okay, so I'm going to assume the answer is yes. So you're saying that most of the rappers be lying, right? Okay, cool. So I'm like, why can't she be lying? Why can't she be lying?
She can be.
Yeah, I'm not talking about you. And this is, I'm just saying, why can't this is nothing about you?
Well, everybody don't believe that. Everybody don't have the stance I had that most rappers are liars, though.
I'm not talking about you.
So a lot of people believe that rappers are telling the truth.
But yeah, they do.
No,
but I'm saying like, okay, they do. But why can't she be lying though?
She could be.
And how come that's not a conversation piece to have?
I thought you had that on. I thought you had that. I'm talking about. Say more context.
How come the conversation is like she just doing this shit because she fucking around?
Oh, that could be a thing. And I've actually heard some people say that they don't believe that she is truly the hoe that she raps about. I've heard people say they don't like her music because she pushes whole culture. And I agree with you.
What the fuck is whole culture, man?
What she raps about. You know what whole culture is.
How, nigga? What's whole culture?
Yo, the bitch raps about robbing men, having shootouts with her boyfriend's ops, the fact that her coochie is her coochie cum is clear and yours is green, sucking dick for money, and some other shit. That's what she raps about. Now, I don't have an issue with it because it's all entertainment to me. I don't take it as truth. But some people have an issue with it.
But my question is like this. My question is this.
You know what whole culture is, just like you know what drug culture and gang culture is, right?
No, but okay. What kind of rapper is Snoop Dogg?
He's a gang culture rapper and a drug culture rapper.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. If Snoop Dogg is a gang culture, whole culture rapper.
I didn't say whole. Well, yeah, he is because he actually talked about pimping hoes, so you can loop that in there too.
If I go to, not even. I don't want to do that.
You literally use Snoop Dogg as an example about salacious lyrics where bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, lick on the nuts and stuff. That's promoting whole culture. You gave that example.
I gave the example. I didn't say anything about whole culture.
You didn't say whole culture. You talked about salacious music. Am I correct or wrong?
Yeah. So,
and it was in the same vein of Sexy Red produces salacious music. So if you have an issue with Sexy Red, you should have an issue with Snoop Dogg. And the double standard was the people don't have an issue with Snoop, but they have an issue with Sexy Red. And I agree with your stance. I agree with that stance.
And what I'm saying is, I didn't give a label.
You don't have to.
What you mean I don't have to?
You don't have to give a label to it, but there's a label to it.
But no, I'm asking you a question. My question to you is like, why is the label given to it in this essence, but not given in that essence?
It should be given in both.
Hold up. It should be, and it should be. But I'm saying that when Snoop Dogg said bitches and shit, we never heard that term whole culture in 1980, 1992, 93. When Luke was making Fuck Shop, when Tim Dog was making Nasty Bitch, that term whole culture wasn't out.
It was another term for it though. It just wasn't whole culture.
What you mean? Get out of here, man. What you mean? Another term for it. I agree with you.
There was like a whole movement to at that time before canceling was canceling to cancel fucking Luke because of the content of his music.
By who?
By consumers, by some but fucking politicians, by people. It might not have been all participants of hip hop, but there was a movement, and you know it was. Don't act like there wasn't a movement to cancel Luke because of his content of his music.
And there was also people that said, like, there were also there. What I'm saying is, when we in this, like, I'm saying that to put a label on something is one thing, and it's okay. It's not an issue. There's no problem with labeling something just so we can identify it as what it might be or what it is, right? But now what I'm saying is that if I label something this, if I label Dion a spirit of hope, right? In 2023, a forward-thinking person is going to go back and look at all the people who have done things similar to Dion before him, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, because this thing is not brand new. This is and what were they called? What did they call these people? What did they call Eddie Robinson? What did they call I forgot the guy's name. What did they call other coaches who took this approach that's similar to Dion's, similar to the Wishcott? What do they call them? What do they call Lou Holtz? What do they call different coaches? What do they call boy Indiana who threw a check? What do they call them, right? And if this person over here acts this way, and this person acts this way, and is similar, but I called him this and I called you that, two things could be true. Either we mislabeled him early or we mislabeled him late. One of the two. So what I'm saying is the word hoe and the thought of hoe and all that type was out in those days. But we didn't label this thing that. But now we label this thing that. And maybe I'm speaking more to how people have a short-term memory, like, oh, this happened in 2023. I can't even think back 2021, much less 1999 or 1987 or 1976 or 1956. Like this, nothing we doing is brand new. Nothing musically, sonically, physically, none of this shit is brand new. It's just revamped and repackaged. So when I ask you the question, well, why is it whole culture now and it wasn't then?
Back then it was called provocative. Then later on it was called strip club culture. Then later on it was called hoe culture. It's an evolution of a word that means similar things, and it just changes. The lingo changes through generations. That's all it is. Back when the lady was making the music that said she had nipples longer than her thumbs, they called it something else. Might not have been called hoe culture, but it was called something else. And this was back in the 60s. It might have been a different term.
If I called a woman a hoe in 1960 and I called a woman a hoe in 2023, is it different?
That doesn't mean that the term was used then, though.
I'm asking you a question.
Well, I don't know. It could be different. It couldn't be different. I mean, pimp culture and hoe culture can be the same thing.
That's why I talk about both sides. That's why I talking about both sides, because you say it could be.
I'm not talking out of both sides. I don't know what that lingo was then. You can say pimp culture and hoe culture is one and the same.
You can say pimp culture and hoe culture.
You can say pimp culture and hoe culture is one and the same, Boog.
Okay, you can.
Like at this point, it's semantics we're talking about. We're talking about the different labelings of things between different times.
No, I'm talking about. I asked a specific question about
cocaine rap and trap rap is the same thing. It's just different names.
I don't think so.
Yes, it is, because when I'm talking about selling drugs at the drug house, and I'm talking about selling drugs at the trap house, the dope house and the trap house is the same thing. One is called a dope house, one is called a trap house. So when SPM had Dope House Records in 2022, it could be called Trap House Records. It's the same thing, just different lingo.
No, you're wrong on that.
I could be wrong, and if you believe I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. What's the drug house?
What's
the drug house?
I'm gonna ask you a question. When you said that, when SPM said Dope House Records, the term Dope House
could have been
referring.
It could have been.
The term Dope House had multiple connotations.
It does have
because dope meant
you're right.
Dope as in the physical dope.
You're right.
Also meant as in dope as in I'm dope.
I agree. But can I ask a question?
Now when you say trap,
but can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What's a dope house?
A dope house is in terms of what? as
You
selling
know
crack.
in terms of what I'm talking about. What's
selling crack?
What's a dope house?
That's but you keep trying to.
JB, what is a dope house? And you know what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about drug culture,
dope house is where people sell dope at. Yeah.
What is a dope house?
Okay, in drug culture, dope house where they sell dope at.
So what is a trap house?
A trap house is where they sell dope at.
So if I'm T.I. and I got trap house music and I'm using an example, can I say I'm selling dope ass music at the trap house? Because that's what Titty Boy 2 Chainz tell you.
Nope. Because never have I said trap to me. At what point in any part of hip hop has trap mean good music? Like if I say, "Oh nigga, I'm trap," and that means I'm good. If it's a point where I said, "Nigga, you dope," and that meant you good. Never ever in the history of hip hop when I said, "Oh nigga, that nigga that trap," that means he's good.
Let me ask you a question, and this is a question that you might know.
Answer that question. When in hip hop, have they been like, "Oh, he trap"?
Well, I thought I thought the actual genre of trap music had nothing to do with drugs.
I asked you a question. When did the word trap mean good?
And I'm answering it by saying I thought the actual meaning of trap music wasn't even related to drugs.
I asked you a question. When did we say he trap? Oh, he a trap artist. Oh, he got a suit on. He got some trap shoes on. He got some trap hat on. And that means it's a good hat or a cool hat. But I have said he got some dope shoes on. He got some dope hats on. He got some dope hat. Dope meant good.
You're right. I agree.
It's what I'm not arguing. I'm saying that
you are arguing, but I agree though.
But it's different. You can't trap and dope aren't. You're right. They don't mean the same.
True. Now, question. Yeah. I thought the actual genre of trap music had nothing to do with drug dealers and trap houses. I thought the actual genre of trap had nothing to do with drug houses. The actual genre of trap.
What trap rapper doesn't talk about dope?
I'm not talking about a trap rapper. There's an actual genre of trap music that has nothing to do with drugs. That's what I thought.
Who sings songs in trap that don't talk about drugs? I'm asking.
I don't know. I truly don't know.
So now you're saying okay.
I'm asking too.
I'm asking if we can go and find trap music that doesn't have the element of selling drugs, then we can rock with that. But as far as I've known, when they say trap music, it's always involved drugs. You could be right in saying that there was a point when trap didn't mean drugs, but I've never lived in that. In my hip hop knowledge, when you say trap music, the connotation off top is we talking about some kind of drugs or drug type music.
I agree, but I also thought it was a genre of trap music. So,
which segues to the guy in the background in our final topic, which was Ransom and Wes Craven, right? And so we've had conversations about the dopest or the dopest, the best, some 3-year, 4-year runs, and Wes Craven and Ransom have had a nice 6-year run. Have you listened to any of the projects that Ransom has put out in the last 5 years?
I know that's who I haven't.
You are a Griselda fan, and
I've heard Ransom on some Griselda. I haven't listened to any Ransom standalone tracks.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I haven't listened to any standalone
Ransom tracks.
Yeah.
Ransom, Griselda, Royce 5'9", very intertwined over the last 10 years. Mickey Fax, Graph, very intertwined over the last 10 years. Super intertwined. Rome Streets, 38 Special, Ransom, very intertwined. Of course, Nick Craven. I want to say that the Game and Ransom have a track that's pretty high on the rankings as far as listens and views. But I would ask all the listeners and all those to check out Ransom and Wes Craven's
Wes Craven, the producer, right?
Yes, sir.
Does he deal with any copyright shit because of the Wes Craven thing?
Well, his name is. It might be his real name. His name is. I'm sorry. His name is Nicholas Craven. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So you are correct. So the origins of trap music. Now this is via Wikipedia, but the origins of trap music comes from hip hop music. It originates in the southern United States, 1990s. The genre gets its name from the Atlanta slang term used trap house, a house used exclusively for selling drugs. All right. Now the trap music composes itself of synthesized drums and characteristics by complex hi-hats, kick drums, and the patented 808.
The
So
OE
you,
be
sir?
knowing, bro. The OE, man. Today was the OE day, man. I might be doing a different malt every last show was Mickey's. I got the OE this time,
See how I have zero issues with giving you credit? Go ahead.
bruh.
I'm
Why-
saying, let's go ahead. So his name is not Wes Craven, it's Nicholas Craven?
I'm sorry, it's Nick Spurs, yeah.
I gotta turn sideways because the words are sideways. Who did Ransom have beef with? Didn't Ransom have beef with Joe Budden?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't fuck with
That-
Ransom
that-
then, bro.
that was the DJ Flad Ransom and Joe. Okay, so real quick before we go, the 18 was Ransom and I forgot his name that quick, but it was two guys from New Jersey that Joe basically was like, "Hey, y'all dope." You know, it was Ransom, Hitchcock, that's his name. Ransom, Hitchcock, Stack Bundles, Fab. They were pretty much a crew, you know, because in the 90s it was about crews. They were
Is Fab from Jersey? I thought he was from New York.
yeah, but that was if you go back to early Budden, only Fab and Budden were always, you know, on church projects.
Yeah, they were. You're right. And I also don't truly understand the beef because New York to New Jersey is like me driving from where I'm at to fucking downtown. But go ahead though.
Well, if when you say that, that's a Houstonian speaking because
I know it is. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Because for them, those barriers that 15-mile drive is a different state. For us, that's across town.
Yeah.
But so they were crew Ransom and Hitchcock, aka the 18. They end up signing with Clue. Kind of didn't sit right with Budden, I think. And long story short, Budden had did something. Vlad was actually the filmmaker, was actually filming it. Went to Joe Budden's cousin's house or cousin, nephew, something, knocked on the door, slapped him, recorded it, whatever. That ended up being a big thing. I want to say that it ended up with Ransom doing a year in prison. Because, you know, the crazy part about it, which is crazy about rap, all these guys are dealing with felons and ex-felons and felonious activities. Joe Budden's backers were big-time dope dealers in New York.
Yep.
And so some of the activities are bringing heat and bringing attention because you're putting it on. This is when internet's early, so it's like,
would that be Webb and Nitty?
yeah, Webb and Nitty, right? You know, so,
Queens
and,
niggas.
yeah, and Joe Budden's family's from Queens.
Yep.
Even though you know, so it's all marked up. But as of this year or 2023, Ransom has songs with Joe, has songs with Royce.
Joe and Ransom been cool for at least 4 years, bro.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say cool. I would say they've been cordial with it, and you know, just realizing that, you know, sometimes you outgrow people, sometimes your situation changes or whatnot. But
I got a
it is
question
what it
for you,
is.
hip hop
Yes,
historian and aficionado. I heard discussion,
Okay.
and there was a lot of smoke about this discussion. I don't know what side of the fence I stand on.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to hear your take on it. Out of all the New Jersey rappers, somebody said that one Joseph Anthony Button is the best rapper of all these New Jersey artists.
He's in the top 5.
Do you agree or disagree?
I would disagree. I wouldn't disagree because he's not. I would just say that that's just a tough. Like he has a nice catalog. But you're talking about Sue Surf. You're talking about Reggie Noble. You're talking about Tretch. You're talking about Yaki Gaddafi. You're talking about Fatal Hussein.
Now they specifically said we're not saying he has the better catalog. They specifically said if you're just talking about rapping, like two people just rapping bars, not who has the better catalog, who has the bigger commercial songs, who has the most commercial success. Just
that's
what they said. Two rappers rapping. You know what I'm saying? So they said Joe at the top.
I said this last part and you took it a certain kind of way. But I was like, when I said we think differently,
I don't take things certain kind of ways, bro. Some of the way theatrical, you know.
Okay, well, when I said it, you was like, man, and I didn't mean it kind of way. I just meant,
bro, you got beef. You want a box? You got beef?
I said, I said like a minute. I was like, so.
See, when a nigga tell me he said like he meant it, then that mean he said it with his chest. That mean he said, "Fuck what you saying." I said what I said.
No, it just means that a person said it how they said it.
Right,
so.
Cool.
I said how I said it.
That's what's up.
And
bet that.
So
bet
when
that.
I say like so sometimes
I know you think differently, bro.
No, it's no issue.
You're a different type of nigga.
Everybody different. It should be. But anyway, like the way that like let's talk about Ransom, Budden, and Fatal Hussein. The 3 New Jersey rappers, right? Ransom is lyrical. He's wordplay. He's delivery, right? Joe Budden is emotional and emotion driven with the lyrics. And he's witty, he's lyrical, but he's not going to give you 17 double entendres. He's gonna make you think. Joe Budden literally said, "I fucked up when I got to Slaughterhouse trying to rap like Crooked and Royce. That's not how I rap. I'm trying to mimic their style. They the ones with double entendres back to back to back. No, that's not how I rap. I can rap, but my rap is more based on emotion and words, whereas Crooked is lyrical, miracle, like that. I can put 25 rhyming words. You know, Royce is that way. Joe are more emotion with the words. The words are dope. The words are put together well. But it's not about the ABC, right? And so you got Ransom is on that he's on the wordplay with the wittiness. Fatal Hussein is more like Pac, where it's emotion in the rhyme. So it's just different ways to look at it. So to say that Joe is the best, that's tough, man. I'm a Joe Budden fan, but to say he's the best, like
I don't agree that he's the best. I think Reggie's better. I think Redman is the best to me.
Redman got some whack ass songs. And I'm a Redman fan too, but I'm a Redman fan. Redman is delivery. Redman, so like. And this is one of the things I use. I'm saying like you can have all rappers repeat other rappers. All rappers, right? So when rapper A, B, C, D say the same line, it hit different though.
Okay.
It hit different because when Reggie Noble hits you with the hit, hot, hood, hot. You know what I'm saying? It hits a certain way because his delivery is what you call it. When Joe Budden does it, the same line, da, da, da. When Ransom hits you with that same line, and it might not be the exact same line. It might be, let's say they all make a play on Jason Collins, right? Ransom might say that he's too straightforward. Y'all like Jason Collins, right? Bud might say, y'all don't feel me because I'm Jason. He might, they all attack the same line differently. And that's, and it's just, like I said, it's more speaking to the listener on how they feel. I think we had a conversation before. I'm like, ain't no top, like my top 5 might change every 6 months, every 3 weeks, because it got to change because the music keep changing and my understanding keep changing. So if I feel the same way I felt about something on June 1st that I do on January 1st, I'm tripping. If I'm still feeling the same way, that means that these niggas ain't did nothing new. They ain't changed their mind. They ain't changed my mind. I ain't understood it differently. Now you have some great artists like Nas and like Tupac that you might hear it differently 3 years later or 2 years later or a year later. Like, oh damn, I understand it now. But sometimes you don't understand it, or sometimes I don't know. It's like, but I listen to music in a whole different way. So, I listen to music in bunches and repetitively. What you listening to right now?
Yeah, I've been on like my Southern rock kick, bro. Even though
Southern rock.
Man, yeah, bro. I've been I've always kind of rocked with the Eagles a little bit. But I've been on my Leonard. I've been on my Leonard. Huh?
Leonard Skinner?
I've been investigating some Leonard Skinner, bro. You know what I'm saying? And actually, it's this dude, bro. It's this dude. Let me switch cameras because I got to look at my phone. It's this guy that I want to tell you about that I just kind of like ran up on fucking TikTok of all places.
My big boy?
Nah.
With tats in his face?
Nah.
That's rock. I mean,
no, this ain't rock. This hip hop.
Oh.
But
I might know him.
I ran up on this one dude, you know what I'm saying, on TikTok, and he has like a throwback 70s pimp vibe in 2022. You
talking about Ali Akeem?
Yeah, bro. I had never heard this dude before in my life.
Stop, man. Just stop freezing. Give me like a high five or something.
Huh?
Give me a high five. Or
that's the high five.
Thank you, because because all you had to say was what he rapped like, and I told you who he was.
No, you the music guy, bro.
I be on that shit.
No, when it comes to music and shit, I defer to you, bro.
Yeah, I like Akeem dope as fuck, man.
He is dope as fuck.
Memphis, I think. He from Memphis or Alabama. But yeah, he dope as fuck, man. He's super dope, man.
It's this dude. Homie's name is Oliver Anthony, bro.
Okay.
Oliver Anthony Music Group. He got some dope ass music. I don't know if he like us like that, but he pretty dope,
our people,
man.
Or you talking about our people, or you talking about this?
I don't know if he likes black folks.
Yeah.
His music makes me feel like he's so pro Trump, but I don't have an issue with that. Like, I can put politics aside if you make dope music. You know what I'm saying? But
I can't. But keep going.
A little bit, bro. Yeah, man. But I've been hitting the Leonard Skinner up a little bit, man. Fucking Freebirds a little bit, man.
Oh, okay. I didn't take. I've been to I hate sometimes.
I've been on my Jimi Hendrix kick too, bro. Not to cut you off. I've always fucked with a little bit of Jimi Hendrix, but I kind of went back and
all across the watchtowers.
I fuck with Jimi Hendrix, man. I feel. I told you, bro. I was born in the wrong era. I needed to be a rock star that sold dope and did LSD, bro, and played the guitar. And I still might, like I told you last pod, I still might go. I've been thinking about going to the School of Rock, taking some classes.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, I had a guitar. I had a guitar, man. Somebody broke my guitar. I had a nice guitar too. Somebody broke it
See,
on
I kind
purpose.
of know the
They got mad at
concept a
me.
little bit because, as I spoke about it, I have some experience playing strings. My mom made me play the violin, so I know the concept a little bit.
You got a bunch of experience, man.
What you mean? What else?
No, I'm just saying you got a bunch of experience,
It's
man.
very, it's
Concept,
very, it's
man.
very, 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 very elementary experience. I'm pretty sure if you put a violin in my hand, I would sound like trash. But I know, I know, I still remember the concept. So the whole how you say it? Ambidextrous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Your
good.
left hand too.
I'm
So you
even-handed
had
actually. My mama forced me to write my right hand, but my brother taught me everything with my left. So it turned me
hold
into
up.
being even-handed. I can write with both
You,
hands.
you can write both hands.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you don't have to know. There are things about me I don't tell people, bro.
I'm not talking about you, man. I don't talk about
I'm
you.
just saying.
I've heard when people say they're even handed, man, and like
But
okay,
let me
you can
ask you a question.
hold
What
up.
you
Okay,
you, you
let me
know
try,
you? Let me ask you a question. You know
go
me.
ahead, go
So
ahead.
when I
Go
play
ahead.
basketball, when I play, what hand do I shoot
Yeah,
with?
most left hand.
What hand do I throw with when you see me throw?
I've seen you throw both hands.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like you have the unique the unique. You can. I'm not scared. They can throw it.
Who you talking to? You're not
Um,
talking to me. I didn't say nothing. I didn't
no, no, no,
threaten
no,
you
no,
this time.
no, 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 no. I have you have. I mean, so yeah, I want to end on this note. I really want to. I gotta go to sleep. Now I got other things to do. But
Damn, my bad, bro. The pot not a priority on. You know what I'm talking
don't even start. So I got the unique ability, the unique perspective to what I never not wanted to be. My main goal in life since a young, I'm talking about like young, like 5, 6, 7, was to never not be in the not know, right? Or never not like you can't pull out something and be like, oh, what's that? I always want to know what is that? You know what I mean? And my mom helped me cultivate those skills as far as because she would always give me books, encyclopedias, all that. So I always wanted. I never wanted to be. I don't know where it come from, but I never wanted to be anywhere and somebody brings some up. I'm like, oh, what's that? You know what I mean? And that matured to be like, well, wherever I'm at, I'm gonna know. I want to know how to do X, Y, Z. So that's me learning how to juggle, learning how to play an instrument, learning how to photography, learning all different things to an extent to where even if I don't know how to do it, I understand the principles of it. And so I say that to say uh that being ambidextrous is that's a wonderful thing. That's a unique thing to be ambidextrous. But I know people who say they're ambidextrous, like LeBron James will tell you he ambidextrous, but when it gets tight, he not ambidextrous. He right-handed. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie is ambidextrous because when it gets tight, he can go left hand, he can go right hand. You know what I mean? It's you can see it. You can see it like when it gets tight and I'm not thinking, he goes right or left. Either way. You know what I'm saying?
I never
But being
had.
able to write,
Yeah.
yeah.
I never had the
Being able
patience to learn how to dribble right-handed.
yeah.
I just never had the patience to do it because I always was more comfortable doing it left-handed. Punching power. When it comes to punching power, I have equal power with both hands. I don't have a dominant hand when it comes to punching.
This nigga said equal power.
No, I'm being serious. I'm not. It's not like it's not a bullshit threat to a boxing match with you. I'm being serious. I am so comfortable with throwing power punches from either hand. Like when it comes to boxing, I'm so comfortable with leading with either hand or foot.
Why don't you box, man?
I'm 42 years old, my nigga. What is wrong with you?
You 42?
I'm 42 years old. What's wrong with you?
I was in the gym yesterday, man. And this is documented. This is on film. And I had a young G with me. I look like I don't be I'm not a braggart. I'm not braggadocious. People, I mean, it might seem like it, but I'm not, bro. I could easily go places and put a camera up and look what I do for these niggas. You know what I'm saying?
You should.
But I had
and not that fuzzy one where we can't tell if you dunking the power lane up either.
So I had my young gunner with me, man. I had my young guy with me. I had Mr. Tucker, you know Ray. So it's me and Ray. I'm like, hey man, it's lunchtime. Let's go XYZ. We pull up to a random gym. Of course, hey Boogie, what's up? Oh, no, I ain't seen this dude in 2 years. So I'm like, well, let's warm up. You know, I'm warming up. I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? They know. Hey, Boogie, chill out, man. Chill out. I'm just trying to get warm, you know what I'm saying? So we end up going up and down. And it's like, hey man, I'm a problem, bro. And the funniest thing about it, I'm telling a story to say, he's like, man, shit, man. When I get 50, I want to be cold like that too. And like in my heart, I want to be like, nigga, I ain't 50. But then in my brain, I'm like, I'm damn near 50.
You definitely 48.
No, I'm not 48. But I'm saying, but these 20s out here, these 20s, 30s, these 22s and 32s and 35s, and they ain't got no answer for me, man. They ain't got no answer, man. They ain't got no answer. And this ain't, like I said, it's not. And so, and it was so neat that he ended up pulling his phone out and like he was just, you know how they do that. And like I'm here doing this. They pull the phone out and you see me putting a 22-year-old on skates. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just doing me.
Is this like
a problem?
Is this like a Pac-12 22-year-old or like a SWAC 22-year-old?
Man, if our journey, I mean, you went to PB, so I don't know. I've always had respect for the SWAC in a different light. And I played against the Chauncey Billups and the Iversons and the Chilus and the Paul Pierces and I played against those. But I also grew up on the Goldwire and Willie Bird and Damon Jones and these SWAC players and Herb Baker and Kevin Granger, right? Man, that SWAC real, bro.
It actually I want to shoot a slug at SWAC.
No, I'm saying you what. I'm saying the SWAC real. So, like, and going backwards, when I was talking about the 17-5 and the 18-5, I was like, 17-5A and 18-5A beat up on each other. Whoever come out of the 17-5A, 18-5A, that's usually going to be the state champion or the state runner-up every year until 2000. I know in basketball, 18-5A had like a 30-year run. I know in football, 18 and 17 had like a 40-year run. Like Madison got banners, Milby got banners, Sharpstown got banners, Sam Houston got banners, Jones got banners, Yates got banners. You know, all these 17-5A schools, they got banners and I ain't talking about 5, I'm talking about 10 and 12. So that's the same way the SWAC is. The SWAC beat up on each other, and shit, PV easily could have went somewhere and did something. You know what I'm saying? The guys that's at SFA, the guys at Sam Houston, the guys at these other schools that are doing stuff, they were really PV. They should have been the PV. They should have went to Hudson-Tillotson. They should have went to TSU. But you know, wide is right sometimes. So,
you know, BG out.
Yeah, BG got out yesterday, man. You think it's the hot boy coming?
It's finna be a hot boy reunion. It's finna be a Cash Money reunion tour.
I don't think so.
I know so. Mark my words, bro. This time next year, I will be at a Cash Money reunion tour.
Even if it's a tour, man, it's gonna be bullshit, bro.
I'm mad I couldn't go to 50 Cent last lap. And I thought about going, bro. And I missed the one I wanted to go to in New York.
See this?
What? I mean, I'm a fan of 50 Cent and G Unit, so yeah.
All you gonna do the whole
I
time?
would go. I mean,
That's all you gonna do the whole time?
It's cool, bro. He did a magic trick at the show as well, though.
Imagine where he disappeared.
Nah, bro. It was some smoke that popped up, and when he emerged from the smoke, he had a different outfit on.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying, I would love to go to the 50 Cent Last Lap tour to the point where.
All right, quick question. Quick question. Best concert you ever been to in your life?
I would have to say the Best of Both Worlds tour. That was the best concert I've been to in my life.
Okay.
I mean, that shit was like a movie. These niggas tour buses pulled up on the stage and they hopped out with a bunch of thick strippers. No, I'm sorry, not strippers, but dancers. It was like a movie.
You are a misogynist pig. That's what I'm gonna say.
I'm not a misogynist pig. I might be a little toxic, though. I mean, but that's what they felt, bro.
I mean, yeah. Okay. The best concert I've been to, it was 3. It was.
That's not the best concert you ever been to, bro. That's the best. Okay,
it's 2 then. It's 2 then.
That's the best 2.
No, it's a tie though, bro.
Because that's the case, I could have said the Best of Both Worlds and the New Edition reunion tour. But I like the Best of Both Worlds a little bit more than the New Edition reunion tour. So since you asked me for my best experience,
okay,
I'm gonna tell you the Best of Both Worlds.
I can't pick. It's between the Mike Jackson Victory Tour and the Kanye West Glow in the Dark. Okay, I can't pick. And both of them was epic.
I probably would have to ride with Mike Jackson.
Mike Jackson was epic, but to me, honestly, they was both the same. So,
I mean, I would have to ride with Mike Jackson because that's like a one-in-a-lifetime venue to go to a Mike Jackson tour if you went. I'm not, when I say if you went, I'm not doubting you went. I'm saying if you could. If I had a choice to pick right now, if I could hop in a time machine and go to a Mike Jackson tour or be in the present and go to a Kanye tour, I'm probably going to the Mike Jackson tour.
You ever been to Kanye tour?
I haven't, but because of my fandom,
I just...
No, I haven't been to either one, so.
I'm saying, but talking to somebody who's been to both, and this is not no fan, this is like the presentation. Hey, that Kanye tour, man, because it was the same thing. The stage move, the theatrics, like what separated those two. I've been to Skinner, I've been to Mike Jackson, I've been to DMX, I've been to some tours, you know what I'm saying? We've been in some tours or whatever. But the theatrics, like the one thing that was different between Mike and Kanye and everybody else, Mike and Kanye didn't talk to the crowd at all. Like it wasn't like they were performing. It was like you're watching a movie. It's like the whole thing was like it was a movie. It's like, oh, this happened there, and you're engulfed into the movie. And if he talks or gestures to you, that just happened to happen.
If Mike talk or gesture to you, you fall out, bro, because it's Mike Jackson. And to be honest with you, if I really could go back in time and just pick what tour to go to, I probably would go to a Prince show, a Prince tour. I would love to go to a Prince tour.
I want to see that. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be dope to go see Prince live if you could roll back time. Honestly, you know what else, bro? I think it'd be dope to go see Tina.
Nah,
Tina, Ike and Tina show, bro.
That's crazy. That's a toxic. That's speaking. What you got closing, man?
BG is home. I've learned to turn up without insulting. I think turning up is good for the pod, bro. I can turn up a little bit. You know, we can both turn up a little bit. I like it. I like turning up a little bit.
I ain't turned up today, man.
You always turning up with some of your
See what I'm
bullshit
saying?
takes
I say, okay. Yeah.
and your gaslighting.
I mean, you learn a new word, man.
See, damn, I feel like you really be insulting my intelligence, bro.
I love this. You said gaslight about 20 times, bro.
I've been saying gaslighting for a long time, bro, and you are a gaslighter, bro. But see, and that's what I be talking about.
I'm a gaslighter.
You are a gaslighter. Then you hit me with the, so you learn the word. See, you be doing that slick shit, bro. You be trying to do that slick shit. And then when I turn up, you try to act like you fucking innocent. You know what I'm saying? But, I have centered my chi. So, I'm good. But I just want you to know. I just really want you to know that whenever you get the balls to not use the excuse of living across town and come back in studio.
See what I'm saying? I'm gaslight, but I gotta have the balls to do some shit.
Because you don't do this shit when we not on Zoom, you know what I'm saying?
So I want to beat you up at your house, man. That's why I don't want to.
Nah, that'll never happen,
bro. You know what time it is.
And now I can't. And now with a smile like that and such a handsome young fellow, I can't even hurl insults at you no more, bro. Cause Lil Boogie is just so handsome, bro. What's up, Lil Boogie? You know what I'm talking about? Boy, I tell you, you got all the girls today, huh?
Why everybody? That's toxic, bro. Why everybody say that, man?
What's up, Lil Boogie? You know what I'm saying? I know you look like your mama. You don't look nothing like your daddy.
The player gap. What's your player gap?
There you go. You know what I'm talking about? DJ Boogie. I saw you DJing on Instagram Live the other day. Yeah, look at you. That's what's up, fam. That's what's up.
Like, man, I don't know why it's noise in my ear. All right. This has been another H-Town's finest.
That's better, bro. I'll give you that. That's better.
Yo, no, talking about instruments to get the talking about instruments to get the bitches, man.
Bye.
Bye.